It was 2005 and Hurricane Katrina hit New Orleans. It was an unqualified disaster in every possible way, but sometimes out of disaster, really good things happen. And I'm sitting here with Dr. David Batiste, who is one of those great things to come out of the tragedy of Hurricane Katrina. From New Orleans, nice to see you, Dr. Batiste.
Nice to be here in El Paso.
I love Louisiana. It's my favorite state.
Do you really?
Sorry,
love
Texas,
Louisiana?
but it is. Everybody, you think, oh, they're being fake, but no, they're not. Hospitality is like their religion over there. It's really wonderful.
It is. Everyone has, throughout their life, from their family, they're taught to help and be, provide comfort to everyone that they meet and loving. All the way down to the food. You didn't mention the food.
Oh, we're not even going to get on that. So Dr. Batiste is an optometrist, and you were an optometrist in New Orleans when that hit, but as things happened, you decided it was time to relocate. So what made you choose El Paso?
El Paso chose me. I was actually recruited to come to El Paso by a gentleman, the previous doctor who worked here in this actual facility, Dr. Jeff Eckery. And at the time when we first met in 2010, I wasn't quite ready to move because I still was carrying that shell of being upset about the losses in Louisiana. And then a few years later, El Paso just seemed to be the right place. I moved to El Paso. Shortly later, moved my family. And things for El Paso continued to help us to restore after Louisiana.
So as you bought out Dr. Eckery here at the El Paso Optical Center, at first they'd be like, hey, can we get an appointment with Jeff? But then as time went on, they're like, hey, is that Baptiste guy ready to? Yeah, is he still there? And you're like, yes, ready to serve.
Ready to serve. And then that actually graduated into, can I book a appointment with Dr. Baptiste? So it was really nice.
Well, there's a reason why people want to book an appointment with you. You've got quite a few lists of specialties as being an optometrist. And one of those is actually can be told in this story right here. Now, this is a little bowl of plastic things, but each one of these little plastic things represents something.
Represents the eye of a person who we've helped to get better using the technology that's now referred to as amniotic membrane placements, specifically Procara amniotic membranes. The big buzzword in our profession and really all of medicine is something that's called stem cell. You've heard that. People say stem cell research is everywhere. Well, there exists right where the colored part meets the white part of your eye, a little bank of stem cells that are sitting there and they're ready to help the eye to heal. That particular little plastic represents the shipping package that little amniotic membrane comes in.
And that's real biological tissue that you place on the eye to make it heal?
Right, donated by mothers. You've never seen a baby born with a scar, correct?
Right.
So it's that same healing, and protraxin is the big name of the molecule, but it's a molecule that helps instruct those stem cells how to better differentiate and place themselves across the front of the eye to allow the eye to heal.
Wow. Dr. Baptiste, let's talk about something that really affects Hispanics at a disproportional rate, and that's glaucoma. Now, me personally, I get terrified at the machine that puffs the air, and you just don't know when the air is coming, and you're terrified.
Well, I have to tell you, I've known for years since I started my training. 30 years ago, I started training in this profession, been practicing. This is year 25 for me. That it wasn't that we all hated that test, even in school when we were being taught how to do it.
And you don't use that test.
So I don't use it. I outlawed it because there's other ways to check the pressure in the eye.
Yes.
One of the ways we have is very gentle, so you don't have to worry about it. It's not the puff, it's the anticipation of the puff that makes you so frightened. And when a person is stressed, they can't go through an eye exam calmly. So we got rid of that. And we use the standard way, which is called tonometry. And we have another little handheld guy that you don't even know the test is being done on there. So it's really nice.
Dr. Batiste, we want to join you again one day. This is amazing, and thank you for all you do for El Paso.
Thank
We're
you.
so glad we ended up with you and your family.
Glad to be here, and thank you for your time.